There is a ghetto in the woods. Abandoned buildings exist here, and hungry children are staying after school because potato chips and soda is better than nothing for dinner at mommy's house. Here in Connecticut, the birthplace of your favorite president, George Bush, the abolition state, where racism still exists on slave owners' names engraved on Yale University's buildings, still stuck in the Amistad ships while Black Panthers were imprisoned here. Black people live in Connecticut, Puerto Ricans and Chinese takeouts too. And it doesn't matter if you're Mexican and not from Arizona, you're still going to get harassed by immigration. So warn them to cut their grass for them, raise their kids for them, but don't underestimate them. So hide your kids and hide your wife and keep your doors locked. This may not be Church Avenue in Brooklyn, but we have Jamaicans here, and that jerk chicken is still blazing, and Latin kings are still lingering around, acting like pastors now. Crack is nothing new here. You can ask Biggie Smalls from Bridgeport, New York. Prostitution is second nature, so much so that you can smell it in the child support checks cut between the legs of baby mama strippers, governors and mayors. Like it raw with no lubrication when they touch your minors or rape you out of your last dimes. From Connecticut to Corrupticut, in the midst of it all, Black people live in Connecticut, and we are still considered niggas here. Black people live in Connecticut, fatherless children, we have them. Black people live in Connecticut, your downtown bums asking for Obama's change from barbershops to liquor shops. Black people live in Connecticut, your reverend passing the collection plate with a curse printed backwards in his sermon. Black people live in Connecticut, your drunk Uncle Sam sleeps in our basement. Yes, Black people live in Connecticut, and we come in all shape, color, and size here. Beautiful, but can't say good morning to save our own life. Black people live in Connecticut like America's next top model. Black people live in Connecticut, black with an appetite for white meat. Black people live in Connecticut, light-skinned with an addiction to backstabbing. Black people live in Connecticut, big bubble ass with a high rate in single parenting. Black people live in Connecticut, from Stanford, Bridgeport, New Haven, Hartford, the fourth rated for black-on-black crime in the country. Who the fuck do you think is killing each other here? There is a ghetto in the woods. There is a struggling mother. There is a crying sister. There is a beat-up dad trying to beat to become a real father in the woods. 50 Cent is not the only gorilla living in this jungle. But of course there is hope in the midst of lions and tigers in the woods. But contrary to your popular belief, in the midst of it all, Black people live in Connecticut, and Connecticut is the United States, stuck between New York's corruption and a segregated Massachusetts. How the fuck do you expect for Black people not to live here in Connecticut?